Good day. This is Arms and Core. My name is Stephanie. I'll be your guide through some exercises. By all means, please do what feels right to you. If you know you can't put your arms up over your head, please don't. Without further ado, all you're going to need today is light weights, heavy weights, and a mat. And so let's get started. Standing up with some shoulder rolls, keeping the hands down by your side. Reverse the circle. And release, lifting the heels right and left, kind of stretching the bottom of the foot. Arms are going to come out to the side, palms down, then palms up and back. Palms down and back and up, creating the rotation. One more and release. Arms come down. You're going to go wide with your feet. Second position, we're just going to do a small plie here. The arms are going to bring the fingertips together. You're going to bring them up over the head, then bend at the elbows, taking a stretch in the triceps. Stomach is strong, and then coming back down all the way. Looking for a stretch. Mobility through the shoulders, also getting the triceps a little bit of length. Bellies in. That way we are not relaxing the core. Last one here, finishing it up. And relax. We're going to bend the knees a little deeper and we're going to push. Imagine you're pushing a wall away from you. So you're going to push, bend the knees, pushing that wall. Now grab onto something and pull it back, straighten the legs. We're going to push and then pull. And push, pull. Spread those fingers wide. Grip, pull. Fingers spread. I know, 2 things at once. My God. Oh my gosh, you got to do the arms, the legs, the fingers. Okay, it's 3 things at once. And then you got to smile and breathe. That's 4 or 5 things. One more. Bring your feet together and shake it out. You're going to do shoulder rolls, but this time instead of the hands being down by your side, you're going to bend the elbows and create circles with the elbows. Reverse the circle. Oh, you're starting to feel those shoulders working. And release. Nice job. Shake out those arms. Do a little head stretch, tipping to the right and to the left. To the right and to the left. One more time, just a little, not too deep. A little mobility, a little release. Interlace the fingers, reach the arms up overhead, side stretches. Once again, very small because we're going to keep it moving over a little to the right and to the left. Little teeter totters back and forth. Feeling the abs stretch, feel them start to work. Last one, finishing up your side and release. High knees and add a twist. So bringing the opposite arm towards the leg. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Feet shoulder width apart. We're going to do a couple of good mornings. So your legs are straight but not locked out. Your stomach is pulled in and your spine stays straight. I like to put my hands right at my hip creases as if I'm pushing my butt backwards to the wall, hinging right there at the hips. Only partway down and then come back up. Here we go. Nice, slow, feeling the stretch in the back of the legs. One more. And release. Bring the fingers to touch and then behind you and touch. Touch and touch. Now I want you to feel a little squeeze of the muscles around your pec area as you're doing this versus just relaxing and just touching like that. A little squeeze and a little squeeze. Fingertips touch, so that little bit of engagement, even on the backside. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Two more. Last one, heavy weight time. Get your big weights out. We're going to start with bicep curls. We're going to start with them narrow. So feet are shoulder width apart. You take the palms up. Elbows are going to stay tucked in. Want your core strong, so tighten it up. We're going to pull the weights up and lower down. Let's do 10 of these. Inhale. Exhale 1. Exhale 2. Exhale 3. Exhale 4. Exhale 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Nice job. Turn the palms down. Gonna row them up. 1. Exhale. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. And 10. Nice job. You're going to bring your feet wider, turn the toes out. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to bicep curl again, narrow. So go down as low as comfortable for you. That way you're building some strength in the legs too. You can also do it with the knees slightly bent if your legs are sore. Inhale, pull 1, 2, breathing out 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, last one, 10. Straighten the legs, turn the toes forward. We're going to do those good mornings. So softness in the knees, but the legs are straight, hinging down. You're dragging the weights right on the legs to the knees and coming back up. You want your butt to shift backwards, flat back, keeping your gaze forward and down towards the floor versus up at the mirror. Keep the neck long. One more. And come back up. Feet hip width distance apart. We're now going to hinge over and bend the knees a little bit for rows. So you're going to hinge forward, bend the knees, and we're going to bend the elbows back towards the hip bones. That's your move. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, squeezing shoulder blades. 4, feel the back work. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Nice job. Stand up. Whoosh. All right, you're going to put one weight down. We're going to bring it up over the head, and I'm just clearing my head, or if I had a crown, right, my princess crown, it's not that big. I'm not a Miss Universe. I'm just, it's not that, it's a small crown. I didn't make it to universe. We're going to go up over our small crown and behind, getting that stretch, and then bringing it back forward. 2 more. On your last one, you're going to bring it behind and keep it behind. Straighten the arms up for tricep press overhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going. 9, last one. 10, hold it up. Strong core. You're going to bring the weight down with the arms straight. So forward down, strong core, slow control. All the way. Nice. So now what you're going to do is you're going to bend the elbows. You're going to extend it out in front of you, creating a giant circle. I'm going to extend out and lower down. So if your one weight is enough weight for you, great. If you need to pick up the second weight and do 2 weights together, that's fine as well. So you're going to bend the elbows, extend, and lower. Kind of creating a circle, like I'm rowing a little bit of a boat. But my row is in the front instead of on the side. Getting between my legs, my paddle is not really in the right position, but you know, we got the right idea. Yeah, it's not going to do us any good if it's in the canoe. So then adding on, we are going to now actually take this out and bring it to the side for a real row, out and to the side, alternating. Out to the side, out to the side. So just going side to side is easier, okay? But extending the arms out is much harder. So come back to center and then go out and go the other side. Yeah? Once again, if you need to go lighter, you can change out your weight. One more. Nice job. Take a breather. We're going to do squat overhead press. So if this is too heavy to go over the head, switch out your weight to a lighter weight. Okay? Your feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. You're going to bring the weight down to the ground best you can. Now try to make it a bend of the knee versus a bend of the hip. We're going to bend those knees, picking up something heavy, right? They always say bend at the knees, butt low, chest high. Come up, push all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 10 on each side. Oh my gosh. 4, 5. You got 5 more. 4 more. 3, 2. That's it. And 1. Yes, other side. Woo, here we go. Drop it down. Push it 1. Exhale when you push it up. 2. That's it. 3, 4, 5. Keep it going. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excelente. Now you're going to grab both weights again. You're going to do 2 rows and a tricep extension. So it looks like this. 1 row, 2 rows, tricep press. Okay? So we row, extend, and release. Okay? We're going to do 8 of those total, 8 sets. Okay? Here we go. We'll exhale 1, exhale, hold, straighten the arms, and return. Pull 1, hold it here 2, straighten the arms, and we go. Pull, straighten, and 3. Pull, straighten, and 4. Pull, straighten, 5. Strong core. Pull, straighten, and 6. 2 more. Pull, straighten. There's 7. Pull, straighten, and 8. Excellent. Put down one of your heavy weights. We're now doing our crown, but instead of going forward and back, we're going from side to side. So this time the crown is going to get smashed on one side, then you're going to avoid it and then smash it with the other forearm. Okay. So once again, if you do this a few times and go, yeah, I could maybe do 2 weights. You can always put 2 weights together, side by side, and doing the same exercise. Just not quite the same arm position, okay? So if you're at home, you can always just go to a heavier weight or lighter weight. Couple more. Feeling those triceps, I hope. And release. Woo! Shake it out. Okay, so we're going to go into a little bit of core twist. So you're going to bring the weight out in front of you. Knees are slightly flexed and about shoulder width apart. You're going to turn and come to center and turn and come to center. Once again, trying to keep the hips from moving. It's just the upper body. We're going to add a press forward. So when you come to center, you're going to extend the arms and come back in. Turn, center, press, center. Turn, center, press, center. Turn, press, turn, press, turn. Put a little bend in those knees, guys. Turn, strong core. Turn, press, turn, press, turn, press, turn, press. One more. And press to finish it out. You need one more. And finish. Good. You're going to change out your heavy weight for 2 light weights. All right. So we're going to go into a split lunge. So it can be as little or as deep as you like. Okay. So no matter what it is that you want more weight on the front foot than the back foot. What we're looking to do is hinge forward just a little bit and we're going to bring the weights behind. Okay. We're going to go up and all the way down 8 times, and then we're going to pulse 8 times at the end. Okay. Here we go. 1, squeeze those shoulder blades. 2, starts off so light. 3, but wait till we get to 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, hold it back here. 8. Now little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Change legs. Back heels lifted. Squat it down. Lean forward a little bit. Arms swing back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I told you light weights, right? 8. Pulse it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nice job. Standing up. You're going to offer me your cookie trays. Cookie trays, we're going to go out to a V shape and come in. That's where we're starting. We go open and close. Now you're going to go straight forward. Stronger core, softer knees, straight forward. A little harder. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it out here on 8. Hold it there. I'm going to turn to the side. You stay there. You're going to do little bitty pulse, just very little, because if you go up too high, you're now resting. So we're going to pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All the way down. Shake it out. Arms are gonna go out to the side straight to a T for Tom. Palms are gonna go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On 8, you're gonna hold it out there on 8. Balance on 1 foot, lift it up for 4, 3, 2, change legs, keep the arms up. 4, 3, 2, and the rest. I don't hear any moaning and groaning. Guess I got to do more. All right, people in studio are beasts today. All right, let's go back to our cookie trays. So palms are going to go up. We're going to go open to a V. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring them forward, soften the knees a little bit more, core strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to add something here. 8. Keep the elbows bent, hinge forward. We're going to bicep curl. So tap the back of the wrist to the thighs and curl. This is too light, but you're going to be happy here for a second, because the next thing coming up is not so happy. All right. So we're going to hold it up here, and then you're going to bring the weights like you're punching the ceiling. Up and up. My elbows are tucked in, and I'm pushing up and up. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Stand up, take a break. We're going to bend right over again into flies. So bending over, soften the elbows out to the side, bring the arms open to a T. You want to be able to hold it out to the side. That's where the work is. Feel a good exhale when you lift. Let's do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up, take a breather. All right, so last but not least, standing, we are going to do a bicep curl. However, it's not what you think. The bicep curl actually is going to be the palms down, not up. And you're only going to be able to, you should only be able to lift it to parallel to the floor. If you can lift it higher, you probably have changed your wrists or your elbows. Okay, so we're working brachial something, forearm. Yeah, just that thing right here. Oh, all right. All right, so the palms are down and you're going to bring them up. You don't want the wrists to bend. You want to keep them flat, and it should not be able to come higher than here. If you come higher than there, then it's because you've moved your elbows up or you've turned your wrist enough. So we don't want to come any higher than here. You shouldn't be able to. So here we go. 1, 2. Should be feeling it in that forearm. 4, thank you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it up here on 10. Slowly turn the palms inward. Slowly turn the palms up. Slowly turn the palms inward. Palms go down. And lower down. Nice job. Take a breather. Get your mat out. If you need a sip of water, get that sip of water as well. Keep your light weights, heavy weights nearby. All right, we're going to start with the good old-fashioned inchworm or plank walkout, however you might know it to be. Standing at the back. So depending on your back and situation, you'll decide whether you want to roll down or flat back down. But I like to roll down because you feel like you're working your abs. You're going to tuck the chin, pull the belly in like you're doing a sit-up. You can soften the knees as much as you need, but try to keep them straight. Pull the belly in, fingers come down to the toes, and then walk out to plank. When you get to plank, you're gonna shoulder tap, and then walk the hands back. Keep your legs straight if you can, but bend them if you need so you can get the heels down. Belly button pulls in and roll up. But once again, if you know that that bothers you, do what you need to do to get your hands down on the floor, okay? Here we go. Tuck chin, belly in, slow control, rolling, getting a stretch in the back of the legs, control it, hands come down. Walk them forward, strong plank, strong legs, glutes, shoulder tap, and trying to keep the hips parallel to the floor. Walk it back, legs straight best you can. That way you're working those shoulders, belly in, stretching the back as you roll up. Let's add a shoulder roll right here. Oh, yeah. Here we go, tuck it down. Walk it out. Shoulder tap. Now, a helpful hint here is the wider your feet are, keep going, walk it back, the easier it is to do shoulder taps for the fact that you've got a little wider base. If you find shoulder taps become too easy, bring your feet all the way together. Rolling down, walk it forward. And now shoulder tap becomes much harder not to shift or lift the hip. And then walk it back. And if that's still, you're like, Stephanie, come on, give me something for real. You're gonna do it with one leg. So you're gonna pick whichever leg you like to start on. You're gonna go down, balancing, walk it out to a one-legged plank. Oh my God. Try to keep the leg lifted and straight, shoulder tap, trying to control it. Take your time, walk back one leg and rise up, one leg. Thank you. So let's see what you can do. Here we go. Rolling down, walking forward, strong, shoulder tap, walk it back, and roll up. Starting to feel a little cardio going. You ready to take that jacket off yet? Here we go. One more time. Let me watch you do it. You guys watched me. I get to watch you. Let's go. Let's see what you got. Take it down. Shoulders. Walk it back. I saw several of you doing the one leg. Do you need to do the other side still? Or is that your second side? Second side? Everybody else second side? Good for you. All right, you are going to come down onto your seat. We're going to roll up doing sit-ups. I'm going to invite you to grab just one heavy weight, but you're going to do what you feel is best for you. The one heavy weight actually helps you sit up. You're going to be surprised and be like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to do it. Actually, having the weight helps you if you reach it forward. Once you sit up, you're going to take the weight up over the head. That's maybe not so easy, okay? Then you're going to roll it back, roll it up, and sit up. Now, if you got super strong abs and have no problem with roll-ups, try keeping the weight in at your shoulders as you sit up. That will then make it definitely harder, okay? But reaching it forward actually kind of helps you sit up. Yeah. Really rounding, lengthening at the top. And if you want to work the shoulders more, keep the arms straight as you roll back. Keep them straight out in front of you while you're down. Yes, now roll up. And then pull up. All right, yes. That will work the shoulders even more. He's so much fun. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Oh, you got 1 more. Look at you, superstars. Whew. Nice job. All right, we're gonna come to hands and knees. We're gonna do a little bird dog with 1 light weight because we're gonna extend it out in front and to the side. Okay, so whatever weight you think you can do this kind of movement, we're gonna start with the leg lifted and out to the side to begin. Okay, we're gonna hold this for an 8 count. So make your way to hands and knees. You're gonna put the weight in your left hand. The right leg is gonna extend and lift. Strong core. Bring that weight out to the side, T for Tom with the palm down. Holding here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So it's opposite leg, opposite arm. You're using the wrong leg. You have the weight in the correct hand, but you're lifting your left leg, not your right. So just do it like this. Both knees down. Okay. So if it's too much, just the weight out to the side, or you could even keep the toe down as another modification. Okay. But trying to do the same leg and same arm, it's just not, it's just not gonna happen. All right, other side. All righty. So got the weight now in the right hand. Your left leg is gonna lift. Right arm comes out to the side, T for Tom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nice job. Switch the weight back to the left hand. You're going to do that bird dog again, right leg. Now this time, instead of the arm being out to the side, you're going to reach it forward. But start with a bent elbow and start to extend it. Stop it where you feel you need to stop. If you can get the arm completely straight and in line with the ear, fan-freaking-tastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good job. Other side, left leg, lift, weight, start to extend, stop where you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Take a quick child's pose to take tension out of the neck. Shoulder scapular push-ups. You're going to come down onto the forearms and you're going to extend the knees back so that your hips are low. And what we're looking to do is push really hard into the mat with the arms to separate the shoulder blades. And then I'm going to kind of relax between them, bringing the shoulder blades together. And then I'm going to push them apart, really pressing down into the mat. And it feels like I'm kind of moving up and down or a little bit forward and backwards. And just moving the shoulder blades. The rest of my body is coming along for the ride. My belly is pulled in. Trying to keep the elbows right underneath the shoulders. How you doing? It's pretty intense back there. But I'm going to tell you what. One of the best things you can do for posture correction. It's one of the best things you can do for chronic neck and upper back rhomboid pain. And take rest. Come on to your belly. Just like this, hanging out. We're going to lie all the way down onto the stomach and turn your head to the right. You want your hands to come back by you and turn your head, allowing those muscles in the neck and shoulder to relax and stretch. And then turn your head other way and relax. All right, head comes back forward. You're going to lift everything up, swan dive. Now we're going to do a breaststroke. So you're going to bend the elbows, reach forward, sweep them back, try not to knock over a water bottle, and lift up a little higher. Then bend the elbows, reach forward, swim them back, lift up higher. Bend, reach, and swim. Yes. Oh, yay, you. Going through the water. Just imagine you're in Bora Bora or Tahiti. It always helps when you're swimming. That's why I have a blue mat. I just pretend I'm in the water. 4 more. 3, 2, and child's pose. Pressing yourself back. I like the knees a little closer together for this child's pose just because you can round the back a little bit more. Alrighty, plank, side plank. You can do this on your forearms or on your hands. Quite honestly, if your wrist can take it, I prefer you do it on your hands. It will give you wrist strength. Plus, it does make it a smidge easier. On the forearms actually does make it harder because you are more parallel to the floor. So it's going to look like this. If you need a quick demo, I like the feet apart so I can just swivel and get onto both edges of the feet. Arm comes up, swivel through, both feet come down, arm comes up. Okay, see what you can do. Moving at a slow, controlled pace. We're just doing a couple. If you need to do it on your forearms, please do. You can also be down on your knees. The idea though is you get both heels down on the floor. What that does is that also helps build the ankle strength, and it also gives you a little bit more sturdy foundation so that you can open up your chest a little bit more. One more, finishing out your set, and take rest. Coming onto your knees, child's pose. All right, push-ups. Push-ups are going to look like this today. We're going to start on the knees with the hips forward. You're going to bend the elbows. You're going to come all the way down. Okay, when you bend the elbows, you want the elbows bending at like a 45-degree angle, not straight out to the side like this. Then you're going to take a breath in. On the exhale, you're going to push yourself up onto your knees and get into plank as quickly as possible. Breathe in, exhale, push up, straight body, and then lift those knees. Squeeze the glutes, tighten the thighs. Come down to the knees, slowly lower down, all the way. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, go, push all the way. Squeeze, hold here. Lower the knees, control it down. Breathe in, push it up. Exhale, lower the knees, lower all the way. Inhale, last one, push it up. Downward facing dog, lift your hips up, walk your feet in just a little bit so you can get your hips high and pedal out the feet, stretching. All righty, make your way to standing. Take your time, enjoy that stretch at the bottom. And roll on up. Let's do a tricep stretch. So right arm's going to come up over the head, bend at the elbow, placing the fingers behind. You can use this hand to assist, but keep your chin up if possible. And then switching to the other side and lift. And release. Shake out the arms. We're going to clasp the hands back behind. Palms touch interlaced fingers. You're going to go a little wider with your stance, or as wide as comfortable, because we're going to forward fold. So make it yours. Straight legs if you can. If you can tighten up the thighs, pulling up the kneecaps, that's even better. Then flat back as you go down. Bring the knuckles up towards the ceiling as you go. If you need to bend your knees because you have really tight hamstrings, please soften the knees and bend them. Knuckles are going up towards the ceiling or maybe slightly forward. And then strong legs, strong core coming back up. Excellent. Relax, shake it out. Side stretch. So we're working on the lat area, stretching out. You can interlace the fingers or reach, hold onto a wrist, whatever you like. Reaching up, You're gonna go over to your left side and move your hips out to the right. You wanna feel a little bit more weight into that right foot. Coming to center and change. Coming back to center, we're gonna lower the arms down. We're gonna take the hands behind the back, like so. We're gonna bring the shoulder or the elbows forward. It's kind of like that. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna work to getting the right wrist or left wrist up high. Okay, I'm using this one to kind of help. From there, the right hand is gonna reach behind. See if you can touch your fingers together. I'm about 2 inches too short. Need go-go gadget arms. Can't quite get it. And then you're gonna release. And then place the other hand behind. You're gonna help it get to where it needs to be, as high as you can get it. And then there. So what's nice about this, you're getting that stretch in the front deltoid here and a little bit here. And then you're getting the tricep on the other side. And release. Nice job. Bring your right arm across the body. And release. Left arm across. And release. One more wide-legged forward fold with the hands clasped behind you. Interlace the fingers. First thing you want to do is squeeze the shoulder blades together to get that big opening through the pectorals. Take a breath in. On the exhale, lowering down as you bring the knuckles up. Strong legs, strong core. Rise up. Nice, shake out the legs. Shoulder rolls. And other way. And then head slightly tips to the right. Bring a stretch in the neck. Switching other side. Coming back to center, chin to chest. Little roll to the right. And center, roll to the left. And coming back to center, rising up. Guys, you are done. This was it.